In this video, I'm going to show you a couple different techniques to add Twitter in your sales prospecting routine. One of the simplest ways is just to go to Google. It has now added a real-time feed to its search, which essentially is Twitter. There's also possibly some Facebook results and that sort of thing, but you can see the vast majority of those searches are going to turn back or turn out Twitter results. In this particular case, I'm using a scenario where Progressive Insurance is my target. And in this particular case, I only wanted to look for the press releases. You don't have to necessarily do this, but I find that that's a good way to take advantage of the fact that Twitter is almost becoming a very productive news wire. And so putting your company in there and looking for press releases either from partners or from the company itself is a great way to just get some overall news information about the company that you're going after. Then the next thing I like to do is look in there and see some of the most productive sources, or the ones that I think are routinely following either my industry that I'm targeting or the company itself. And then I'll just simply click on that link, and I can go, and that takes me into Twitter, as you can see here. And I can simply follow that particular source, which will now put that into my overall stream that I'm monitoring and give me sales intelligence anytime I go into Twitter itself. And that is the second way you can use Twitter for sales prospecting, is actually to go into Twitter itself. Go to twitter.com and use just the natural interface. And there's some reasons to do that, or to do some of your searches within Twitter itself. So in this scenario, let's say that I'm targeting Zappos as a company that I want to start a conversation with. And just by simply doing that, again, I get the same sort of thing that I got within Google, which is a whole stream of information and buzz about Zappos, and within here I can look at what the company itself is saying, what customers are saying, and potentially the interaction between the two. I can even see what competitors are saying, and those are all the different things that I'm looking for and dissecting as I go through and analyze this stream. One of the reasons I did the search here is to point out a really useful feature for my sales prospecting that's natural within Twitter. And in this particular case, it tries to pull out those accounts that have your search in the actual username. So if I searched for the company name, it's going to pull out most likely several of the accounts that might be official accounts of Zappos, or company specific accounts of Zappos. And of course I certainly want to include those in my prospecting feed. The other nice thing here is I can use a feature that, so say I want to follow this person, but one of the other nice features is I could follow a lot of different people, and it could be a combination of personal, it could be entertainment, it could be sales related stuff. So I want to start to segment these things, so I'm not always just looking at this massive flow of information and trying to manually dissect what's important to look at. So the nice feature that Twitter has added that will help me do that is the concept of a list. So in this list concept, I can simply create a list. And in this case, I suggest something like prospects, because I'm going to try to aggregate everything around my prospect pool, and I can aggregate it around other different concepts. I could, make a list just for the industry, or make a list just for the company. But I want to pull it all together into one list, which is called prospects. Now, of course, you probably don't want to make this public, because public means that not only can other people see who's on this list, but the people that you put on the list, so your prospects, will know that you've added them to the list. So in this particular case, although most of my lists are public, in this particular case I would make this list private, which will make it such that no one can see what's on the list, and the people that I add to the list won't be notified that they're on that list, and then just simply save that list. I'm going to show you how that works here in a minute. So the next place or the next tool we could use in sales prospecting with Twitter is to actually have a Twitter client itself. And this adds a whole layer of different features and may make it easier for you to prospect within a tool than than organically within Google or within Twitter. And in this particular case, some of the features that I like is the fact that I can look at multiple columns at one time. You can see how I'm already monitoring a lot of different conversations very quickly versus just my mainstream of everything. And actually, I don't even really use that. I use a segment of that, and I'll show you how I start to get rid of some of the noise and make it more organized. So to do that, I would just go in here, and again, this is the search button. So I'm going to do another search. In this particular case, let's say I'm targeting Rackspace. So I might do a search for the company name again. The other thing that's useful, whether you're looking for the company or maybe you're looking for, pain, is to consider using a pound sign in front of this. This is often called a hashtag for Twitter. And so if there are particular things that people want to talk about and keep it all together or keep people in the conversation tuned in, they may use a hashtag. So if I'm looking at cloud computing, I may look for everything with a pound cloud. And you can see anybody that's talking about cloud computing often adds this pound cloud or pound virtualization to their conversations to let everybody that's interested in that topic be able to find it very easily. But let's go back to my Rackspace search and show what I can do with this. Okay, so I made this search and I'm interested in keeping this search, so I'll go ahead and save it as a stream. So now I have a feed that's nothing but that particular search, and I can do it for a whole host of things. Maybe I want to look at something that indicates pain and look for sort of targets of opportunity. So in this case, I'm looking for anything that says the website's down, which is a great little tool, depending on if you're selling software that can help keep websites up. And this is a great little search to do. And again, I can save that as a stream. So now I've got multiple streams of sort of prospect information that I can monitor at any given time. So the last little feature I'm going to show you is, this is nice, but I may want to have a pool of all of my prospects together and be able to look at it in one stream. Otherwise, I'll have like 15 or 20 of these individual streams for each client that I'm going after, or each target that I want to go after. But one easy way to start to aggregate some of that information is to leverage the list that I created. So I'm going to go back in here into Hootsuite. I'm going to add a new stream, and you can see by selecting list, I can look at the prospects list that I set up earlier, and again you can note that it's private. I'm just going to simply add that particular stream. Now this is an aggregate of all the people that I put on that prospects list, and you remember I put Zappos there, but I could put a whole host of different companies or PR people. And again, the things I look for normally is the company itself, official accounts of the company, PR folks that are in and around the industry or that particular company, journalists, bloggers, and I can aggregate all of those associated and relevant prospect Twitter accounts into one list and make it really easy to just quickly go in here and see if there's anything new to add to my sales prospecting routine on any given day or throughout the day.